Hamas is now gearing up for rare internal elections to choose a new chief for its powerful political bureau, a move that will shape the group's direction in the post-war phase in Gaza. According to the Saudi-based channel Asharq News, the internal vote could be held within just days or a few weeks, underscoring how urgent the leadership question has become for the movement. These elections have been repeatedly delayed as the war in Gaza raged on, and Hamas struggled with a deep leadership vacuum and internal instability after months of fighting. The decision to finally move ahead was taken by a transitional leadership council, a temporary body created to steer Hamas after several of its top leaders were killed. This vote comes directly in the wake of the killings of former political bureau chiefs Ismail Haniyeh and Yahya Sinwar in Israeli strikes, blows that shook the group's command structure. Ismail Haniyeh, long seen as one of Hamas's most prominent political faces, was assassinated in Tehran in July 2024, highlighting how far the conflict had spilled beyond Gaza's borders. His successor Yahya Sinwar, widely described as the architect of the October 7 attacks, was later killed by Israel in Rafah in October, further deepening the movement's leadership crisis. The internal ballot, which was originally expected earlier this year, has now been pushed forward and accelerated by the council to quickly restore a clear chain of command. Once a new political bureau chief is selected and installed, this temporary leadership council will be dissolved, handing full authority back to the elected leadership. Asharq News reported that these elections were effectively forced by sharp internal disagreements over Hamas's future in Gaza and how it should govern after the war. Hamas's Shura Council, made up of around 50 senior figures from Gaza, the West Bank, and the diaspora, has already begun the internal preparations needed to stage the vote. Reports from the Saudi channel suggest the election process is on a fast track, with voting expected to wrap up in the coming days or at most, within a few weeks. At this stage, only two serious contenders have emerged for the top job: Khalil Al-Hayya and former political bureau chief Khaled Mashaal, both veteran and influential Hamas leaders. Both Al-Hayya and Mashaal have survived past assassination attempts, including a notorious failed Israeli operation in Doha, adding to their hardened reputations inside the movement. Khalil Al-Hayya, Hamas's chief negotiator, is widely viewed as the frontrunner, boosted by strong popularity in Gaza and his central role in the group's wartime leadership. Asharq and other outlets say Al-Hayya is deeply involved in Hamas operations not just in the Gaza Strip, but also in the West Bank, giving him significant organizational weight. Al-Hayya is understood to favor continued armed confrontation with Israel until Israeli forces fully withdraw from Gaza, signaling a commitment to a hardline military approach. Multiple reports, including from the Times of Israel, describe Al-Hayya as being close to Iran, which remains a crucial source of funding, weapons, and political backing for Hamas. Khaled Mashaal, by contrast, is promoting a different line, signaling that Hamas should gradually distance itself from heavy Iranian influence over its decisions. He is reportedly pushing for closer ties with more moderate Arab states such as Qatar and other Sunni powers, betting that wider regional legitimacy can strengthen Hamas in the long term. The choice between Al-Hayya and Mashaal effectively pits a hardline course of ongoing armed resistance against Israel against a more regionally diplomatic track that seeks broader Arab support.